back to Two Guys One Gamepad, episode 15. Oh my god.
Okay, we're starting completely over.
We're starting over.
From the top.
From the top. In other words, recording got messed up prior, so you don't know that except for we're going to tell you. Anyways, this is the new episode 15
And a half.
and a half, I guess. I'm your host, Roggle. Wow.
This is Cyberberg Sig. I'm Roggle. Welcome to Two Guys One Gamepad.
Frustration. It's so high. Anyways. Yes,
On the plus side, that's a better intro
Yeah.
than the other one.
Oh, but we had such nice staring moments and just ASMR or whatever. All right. Anyway, no, I'm Cybermerc Sig. That is Roggle. Oh, fucking Christ. Anyways, today's topic, we're going to try something a little new. We're going to focus primarily on gaming. Ooh, what? We focus on gaming 2 episodes in a month? Yeah, I know. We really should, since that's our core subject.
We talked about wrestling last episode.
Yeah, but 2 episodes ago we did gaming, and we don't talk about gaming too much realistically, except for me to bash on Call of Duty, which we'll get into. I won't bash.
Not very much.
I know, not very much.
We're gonna set a timer.
We'll see. Maybe the thing will just shut down on me again, and we'll just fucking all night. Anyways, I just want to. We're gonna do this really quick because I've already talked about it. I'm gonna fucking do an overview really quick. So, hang tight, everyone. Here is your latest streaming update and information, news, whatever you want to call it. Twitch has removed hosting, which has never been really beneficial unless you were a big-time streamer hosting a small streamer. Didn't really do anything. Waste. Everybody's upset. Boo-hoo. We'll get over it. Twitch has introduced to the public, or majority of the public, pinned messages, feature that all the social media has had for years. And again, this is not a useful feature because there are bots to do that for you without pinning.
Completely pointless.
Completely fucking pointless. Just like hashtags. Found that out this weekend. Hashtags mean nothing. Don't believe me? Go Google it. Several executives have came out over the last week or two basically saying, yeah, it's just a category. So you can use the hashtag. Don't overutilize them. Don't put 30 of them in. Don't max them out. Do anywhere from 8 to 10. And that's enough. Do a couple to describe your channel / brand. Do a couple to describe the topic or the subject. And then do a couple generalization ones. But not 30 of them. So,
Sig, what do you mean? If I put fuck your mom and everything else hashtag wise, it won't get picked up. I won't get better views.
You may get a lot of South Park references. That would be awesome. You play South Park? No, I do not. For those of you who are somehow in the dark, Twitch partnership keeps getting worse. Twitch payout is now down to 50%. It's been down that way for a while. But on the plus side, $50 is the minimum threshold you have to reach to get paid out. YouTube 70%, Facebook's 100% until 2023, which then will drop down to about 70%. There was a Twitch strike, about gambling being used on Twitch, mostly like those mobile apps and video games that say, play this to earn real money. Miss Keith, Pokemon, and more have been protesting it and going on strike, so you probably have not seen them on Twitch as heavily if you've seen them at all. And then Twitch introduces a useful, potentially, conceptually, it would be very useful. Execution, we'll see. Useful tool for charity streams rather than using third-party like Streamlabs charities. You can now do a one-stop shop for charities within Twitch.
Scam.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah. I will say this: if you do a charity stream, make sure you partner up with the charity, or at least contact them, and they should be able to give you as much information and maybe even like an exclusive link or code, something to make sure they get the full payouts. Where, Jeff Bezos, Twitch doesn't get any money. So, yeah, there we go. There's your streaming updates. Yeah, not a lot.
It was a lot longer.
Yeah, last
first time we did it.
Fucking 30 minutes. God damn it. Fucking OBS. Why you crash on me? Anyways, other than that, there's a lot of stuff coming out in October for video games. How can we transition from streaming to video games? Because you stream video games.
Exactly.
Do I have to spell this out for you? Don't make me, because I'm not good at it. I have
Spelling's
ADHD,
hard.
guys. ADHD, guys. Anyway, I know you said we won't talk much about it, but seeing as how much shit I throw at you, and in general to the Call of Duty franchise and community, because it's a shitty freaking game right now. For now, it's Fortnite's not that bad. Call of Duty makes me uninstall the game every couple months. And then I waste my 125 gigabyte space to bring it back just to uninstall again because it's a piece of shit and it pisses me off. Rinse, repeat. And sometimes I get conned into it and I don't play it at all for like months because I played 2 matches with somebody that I now host a podcast with and I still don't play it. It's not Roggle, by the way. Anyways, no, so I wanted to talk about this because Modern Warfare 2, which has been the biggest hype for Call of Duty this year because it has a lot of promising features coming back to it and some new features that have kind of been introduced in the past but not very heavily. One of the big things that I personally love is the movement aspect of it, that you can now no longer slide and shoot. Why do I love that? Because you fucking sliders are so terrible. So terrible. You're as bad as the people who dolphin dive and shoot. Which they're bringing dolphin diving back, which is hilarious because I used to do that shit. I hate people for doing it, but I do it too, so I hate myself. It's fine. I'm good with it. The campaign, though, have you seen that?
I have seen some of the updates. I've seen some of the teasing gameplay. It all looks really good.
It always
I
looks
just
so good.
hope it's not all theatrics like the last Black Ops, where I wasted an hour and a half of my life watching this chick float around, and I slowly followed her and wanted to throw my controller at the screen.
Or like King
But no,
Kong
I
versus
mean,
Godzilla and
if it's a
Warzone.
campaign that is legit and doesn't have a ton of cutscenes, a ton of theatrics, and more gameplay, I'm all for it. I don't want to. I don't want to play a little bit of a game and watch a movie.
Yeah, the ratio needs to be more game,
Yes.
less theatrics. But at the same time, yeah, there needs to be some cutscenes, but to like a minimum, maybe 10% of the overall campaign. No more than 25. I will say that because, yeah,
No,
like you,
I
don't like
enjoy the
sitting there.
cutscenes.
I
No, I enjoy it at minimum.
I enjoy them if they are useful to the overall story and progression. Because Black Ops had a bunch of them, Advanced Warfare, Infinite War, whatever, had good cutscenes. But then there were some where it's like just 2 people talking, and you're like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah. What?
The captions don't even say who you are; they say the other guy.
Yeah.
Like,
And a lot of them I don't even remember. Like I don't care
no, I
going through
remember
a
the
lot of it.
zombies. Advanced or was that Advanced Warfare? Yeah, Advanced Warfare zombies were aliens, whatever, were really cool. Like I enjoyed that. I liked the storyline.
Yeah.
But by the way, fucking zombies. Continuation storyline. But Call of Duty can't do a fucking continuation storyline properly. It's like one
No.
year, we're 2,000 years in the future. Next year, we're back in 1940. Next year, we're in 1980. Next year, we're back in the 1780s. What the fuck? There's no continuity here. What's going on?
Well, no. I mean, it's video game life, and the code red drinkers in their mom's basement trying to figure out what the fuck to do with their life.
But but the cool thing though that I like, again, I hope it's more than just theatrics. I hope it's actual gameplay. Uh, but there's supposedly going to be in-game decisions that will affect game storyline, which I love those type of games and stories and campaigns. Like Fable, you do something
Yeah.
bad, you become evil, your storyline changes. Love those features. That's like that alone got me almost hooked. Where I was, maybe I'll get it just for the story. Maybe we'll see. But I don't know how long the story is.
Well, I mean, I will get it. This one, regardless. I didn't get the last one because it looked horrible,
I
and
got the last one.
That's because you got it for like $10. So, but also Ghost is coming back, which is a huge one for me. I love Ghost; always been my favorite character. Um, but what I don't like is that they're trying to add way too much all at once, and just on top of Modern Warfare 2, and then separate of that, with the Warzone stuff that they're doing as well, they're trying to incorporate a lot of aspects of different games into one. And there's one big one that I do not think is a good idea, especially for Warzone, because I don't think it'll work, and a lot of people will get either banned or in a shit ton of trouble
What?
when they're streaming. Is the what does Tarkov have? The perimeter based chat,
Oh, proxy chat.
proxy chat. Yes, I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's a horrible idea for Modern Warfare, for Warzone to have, because if you go back to the day of Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, everybody knows that's where bullying was created. And if you want to put this in Warzone with 100 some odd assholes running on one map and you get a bunch of dipshits together, oh boy, game on, because you're not going to be able to stream shit.
But that's why I love, unless you have the in-game chat down or turned off. I do know that still staying feature.
Yes.
But again, I don't use in-game chat. I love that feature because there are so many times when, especially like as a camper, because I am a camper, I have no problem against it. I love it when I can kill someone and talk shit, and they're like, "Where the fuck are you?" Like, try again, bitch. And they come down the alleyway, get picked off, or they try to sneak up on me, get them back there. You fucking camper. Yeah, you're goddamn right. You're goddamn right. If I
But
can kill you
just,
staying in the same fucking spot, fuck you.
proxy chat, I think I do not think is a good idea for Warzone.
Not Warzone, no. No. Modern Warfare
Not for
2,
Warzone.
yes.
I don't
Multiplayer,
know.
yes. Warzone, no. No.
I don't think it's well, even multiplayer wouldn't be a good idea either. I don't think
I love it.
it's
I
still
love
going to
that.
be. I don't know, but what they're doing, incorporating a lot of the different aspects of it, with the getting rid of slide canceling. You can still drop shot and everything, but you can't slide cancel.
You can drop shot for now.
It's still going to be there.
We'll see.
Drop shot will still be there.
I'm on petition.
Oh yeah, because somebody's going to listen to you.
Check our Twitter. Create a petition.
I'll vote yes.
It will be titled
The king
Sig's
again.
Petty Ass.
But watching the reveal last week, everything, it all looked really, really cool. I played a little bit of the beta, the multiplayer part of it, and it was all right. The
Well, you have
maps are decent.
they're bringing back a lot of maps, so like there's a whole list of old maps coming back and new maps, which mean nothing to me because it's just a name. So, but they're bringing back some good old maps. You also have Ground War, which looks like it's gonna be fucking insane, and that's in multiplayer, 32 versus 32.
Yep.
Why not get 64 people together with proxy chat on? It's just bashing the shit out of each other.
Yes.
In other words, this is not for kids under the age of 18 who are sensitive or cannot grow up.
Well, hold on. A lot of us can't grow up.
I'm not offended by proxy chat, so stop being soft. Anyways,
I'll do it. I'll have it.
Raids, that was something that was said to be new 3v3, which sounds a lot like shit, what was it? A couple games ago. It's like arena style. You just go in, you have set weapons, and you try to kill each other.
Gunfight?
Yeah, there we go, gunfight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But all the field upgrades though, that's what has me like the most hooked with the tactical cam. The tactical cam. Again, me being a camper, this helps.
That's what you need, yeah. You set up your OP and everything else, and you'll be good. But okay, the goofiest one that they've added is the fucking balloon soldier. The fake. I mean, it's the tactical, the decode. Yes, that damn thing is going to be messed with and perfected to a point to where you're going to be walking around. There's going to be an asshole in a window that's going to be the decoy while a sniper is in the other window, and you get your head shot off because you're looking at the idiot in the other window that's the decoy.
That's gonna be me.
Now I get it, and I understand it, but I'm going to get pissed every time I die from it because I have a feeling it's going to happen a lot.
I'm gonna abuse it.
I don't doubt it.
I'm gonna abuse that. The tactical cam, the DDoS attack, and then the fact that the one thing that's gonna get campers is they have that thermite stick that you can stick to the roof of the or the ceiling, and it goes through the ceiling into the top floor. So
There's a lot of big names
That's
that
gonna
didn't
get
like
me.
that. They didn't like that a lot. They were like, it goes up to the floor. What is this shit? But I'm like, okay, it adds a little bit more of, and you can just gets far fetched when you say realism to the game because nothing about the game is realistic at all.
what?
And I don't want it to be. I do not want it to be. Do not come at me and say, oh, this is no, I don't want it to be. It's
You
not anywhere
shouldn't
near it.
be able to snipe with shotgun still. I don't care about realism, but you should not be able to snipe with a fucking shotgun over 100 meters away.
And you shouldn't be able to sprint with over 1,000 pounds on your body either.
No, they brought back tack sprinting, so you'll start slowing down and you won't be able to sprint. So, yeah,
Which is fun.
I like it. Mostly it's where I know when I'm sprinting now versus just all the time. And then when I'm walking, I'm like, I think the game's broken. Just walking. What the fuck's going on here?
Don't they just allow you to run forever?
Yeah.
But it should be fun.
Yeah. And then you have rank is coming back, which is going to be, quote, very heavily based around skill-based matchmaking system.
Yeah, because that works so well in Warzone.
Or any of their other ones they've attempted to do this on.
I mean, I always stayed in the wood lobby, so it didn't matter. I was in the plastic and wood lobbies. I still got my ass kicked. Yep. Me and a bunch of 12-year-olds.
Spec Ops is coming back. So, but there's not much info on that.
Those were amazing. That's what I loved about Modern Warfare 3.
Yep.
That's what made the third one of my favorites was Spec Ops because of the waves and all that shit. And you could play it offline on your own and just fuck around with it and have fun. I tried to play it again on my PS3, and oh boy, talk about mechanics and shit being way different and a lot slower. Oh man,
I think you're just
still
way
fun,
different and slower. So,
but it's no. I guess I think with what I normally play, my sensitivities on PS5 compared to the PS3, obviously things are different. But oh man, I couldn't hit shit. I had a dog eat my ass through everything. That was not good. I got destroyed, but I love it. Spec Ops is great.
that's like, but that's one of the aspects about like zombies that made zombies so enticing was the fact that it's just wave after wave after wave, and then it's offline online. You don't have to play with people; you can play by yourself. There is a minimum story. There's some continuity to it, and Spec Ops, sorry, was like a mode I enjoyed, like you, and it was always a lot of fun.
Yep.
And the fact that they're like, it's stupid, we're not gonna do it anymore. Why?
I just want games more of a campaign style, and I get all the BRs, all the online games, multiplayer, stuff like that. Those are all cool and enjoyable, but I want a good campaign and just other aspects of the game to play, like Spec Ops and things like that too. I don't care about zombies anymore, but I'm not a huge fan of it anymore.
I mean, I haven't played in a hot minute, but I still like zombies. Like, if I get Call of Duty, the first thing I check is zombies. And if it looks like it has good gameplay, good reveal, good trailers, and everything, I will buy a game solely for zombies, like I did with the other one for $10. But anyways, but no, I think we're on the verge. I think we're on the verge of campaigns coming back, single player campaigns coming back. They may be heavily focused with like multiplayer, but I can see with how the market's starting to shift and people getting very sick and tired and annoyed, irate, whatever you want to say, pissed off at the fact that there are no single player games. And the ones that are epic and amazing. And then you have, a few that you can't play the whole campaign because you have to wait for DLCs to come out. So now your $60 game just became a $140 game. Or you get really lucky, like Elden Ring or Tiny Tina's Wonderland, which is already a fully finished, complete game, and you don't have to buy DLCs to complete the story. It's done. So, I mean, I think they're coming back. We're seeing a surge of it, and a lot of reports are even showing in the next 10, within the next 10 years, we should be back at a very heavily solo slash single player style campaigns coming through. I'm hoping that's true.
Which I don't want, Warzone and stuff to go away at all because I enjoy those
Me
BR
too.
style. But at the same time, if those go away, I mean, Fortnite, Apex, they're gonna slowly fall off at that point too. They're starting just to pull them to go to campaign style because I don't know if. I mean, they probably could. They could figure out Apex easily. They could do, and I guess Fortnite you could
That
probably do it too, campaign
Apex
style.
Apex is already rumored to be working on a single player campaign. I mean, granted that came out in January, February of this year, 22. But I know that's been heavily rumor, heavy speculated based on coding structure alone. That they're like, yeah, this
Yeah,
is coming. So it's just a matter of when.
yeah.
Uh, I think if Apex does it, that would Apex is set up right now to have the best single player game if they can nail it because the lore is so heavy. Uh, but Fortnite, maybe that's
I
kind
would,
of
I would, I don't know how they would do it. I mean, they have the. To be honest, I think they have one of the best storylines out of all the BRs
yeah,
for everything.
BRs, yeah.
But trying to make a single player game out of that one, I don't see it being good
The
or successful.
yeah, the only way I could honestly foresee it would be they would have to create a whole new character, which isn't hard for them, but create a whole new character who has no relations to the BR aspect of it, but at the same time, you see all the players, all the characters from BR mode. So you can see Batman, you can see Spider Man, you can see Rick and Morty, you can see Destiny 2 characters are coming in, you can see all these people, The Rock, and they can interact with the single player, but it's gonna be so hard and so data heavy.
So you have either a Ready Player One or a Free Guy style game, which would almost be exactly what it would be because it
Is what it would
incorporates
have to
all
be.
that shit. Yeah. So
Which
which again would be
a free guy game would be amazing.
that would be, and yeah, that yes. And also, I mean, with Ready, yeah, I'm just thinking about it. Ready Player One would be a good one too.
Yeah,
Style, just the way that's ran,
that's a
and
VR game though.
but I haven't. And that's one thing I haven't played very much. Like my son has a Oculus, and I still haven't played it,
I've never played
and
one.
he loves it. But I've never played. He plays the Beat Saber and stuff like that, but a couple other ones. I haven't even put it on my head. I have no idea what it even looks like when you put it on. I haven't tested it. Well, I don't want it. I meant gameplay,
Oh,
dick.
you said you didn't know what it looked like when it's on your head, so you kind of left yourself open for that. But no, I mean, I haven't played it either, and that came down to like a price point of I can't justify because the games alone um, don't seem worth playing and worth spending, $400, $500, $600 on an Oculus that maybe I'll play, maybe I won't.
So
Uh,
I don't think VR is there yet, in my opinion. It's
no,
come a long way, but I don't think it's to the point to where I'm ready to play like, Apex Warzone style game and it's there because it's not.
no. The closest
Will
you
it get there?
get
Probably.
there was I don't know what it's called. I saw the machine on Shark Tank a few years back. I know they're now up and running and they produce them, but it's an octagon treadmill or
Yep.
octi-site treadmill that you actually have to run. You're strapped in, and I know they now have the vest, the gloves, the elbow pads, knee pads, thigh pads, footwear, everything. So where you can run, you can feel how heavy the equipment is to a degree, and they have an FPS that works with it and it's supposed to be really amazing. Not great graphics, but you know,
That's the one that has
sensation.
the feedback too.
Yep.
Yep.
So like if you get shot in the chest or shot in the
Mhm.
arm, you feel it a little bit. I still stand by something I said on a Twitch stream years ago. That I think it would be hilarious to have one like shock, minimum shock or hive shock. Nothing to, like, knock you off your ass, even though that would be funny. But just a little zappy zap. When you get shot in the chest, you get, depending upon where it is on the body. If it's on the heart, you get a little harder of a shock. If you
Yeah.
get shot in, like, the right below the chest cavity, it's a minimum shock. It still hurts like a bitch, but there's
Yeah.
there's no bones. It's just mostly fat and your intestines. No biggie. Um, but I always thought that would be hilarious because there are I would play anyways. There would be so many aspects of it of just like running and you get shot in the shoulder and now your shoulder physically just has a little stinging sensation the rest of the time you play this. And you're like, I can't use my left arm. Let me try shooting my right arm. It's like bouncing around. Like I
You
always
get shot in the head. You have a small stroke.
I think that would just be an insta kill. So you just like you don't your screen just goes black. Maybe no shock on the helmet, but like I always thought that would be so funny, or like a compression type, since it's the chest piece and everything is 360 or for the most part 180 with you fitting the middle of it. That it could just be a sensitivity of it like pushing on you a little bit harder, but that won't happen. Be funny as fuck though to watch somebody just get fucking pegged in the chest by a sniper on a game like Call of Duty in the heart. Hey, you see that person running, like you're watching your buddy play, and all of a sudden they go, oh, motherfucker. It'd be fun to watch on stream too.
It'll get there. I think I don't know about the shocking part of everything, but I think VR style games will eventually get there. Um, I don't think it'll be affordable for a very long time. Like the one you just described with the treadmill and like that. I'm
That's
pretty sure
that's expensive as fuck.
it's between 7 to 10. I think for the full setup, 7 10,000.
The last I saw, and it was like a year or two ago, was close to like 20,000.
Was it okay?
But again, a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But I always thought something like that would just be hilarious and be fun. And I don't think we're there, like you said. It'll take some time, but unless Elon Musk somehow does it, because that fucker could make that shit happen within a year's time, instantly.
When he's not putting cars in space and everything else.
Hey, we gotta get our vehicles to Mars before anything else. Okay, we're gonna need it.
Calm down, Schwarzenegger. Get your ass to Mars.
Get to the chopper. But no, I mean, there's so many games that would be so cool in VR. Mostly non-realistic or non-realistic based. Like anime games, I think would be fun. Like Dragon Ball Z.
Horror games would be amazing.
No, fuck horror games.
Resident Evil would be great.
Fuck horror games. No, fuck that. No. Mm-mm. I don't even like playing them on my computer.
Oh gosh,
I have all the lights on. It's the middle of the day. My room's open, and I'm still just like, oh shit, it's coming. Nope, 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 no. I said I saw it coming. I even said it was gonna kill me, and I still fucking. Oh, okay. I don't want to play this anymore.
Well, they are.
But we'll do a whole episode on horror.
Next month for sure.
Horror movies, horror games.
Plenty.
Maybe play a couple of horror games.
Yep.
Fuck with me right before I go to bed. I don't sleep well. Fucking overactive imagination and raised up Catholics. Stupid ass.
Yep. So yeah, Dead by Daylight's free on PlayStation Plus now. Right now. That's one I haven't got yet. I haven't played it,
Cool.
but I do want to.
Cool.
Shut your mouth.
I'm not gonna spend $600-700 for a PS5 when I can play on my PC on Game Pass for free.
I wasn't telling you to go get it.
Oh yeah, they're not in stock, but yet they raise their prices.
I got one before they raised prices.
Good. And I was looking at them too, and the moment they announced that, and they went, "It's because of inflation," and Microsoft Nintendo's
Yeah,
like,
okay.
no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
I was like, oh, you lost all faith for me now.
Yep,
Can't
nope.
I can't be a PlayStation guy anymore. PC.
This will probably be the last one.
I mean, what else are they gonna do? There's not much they can do to the PS5 to enhance it to make anything better. It
You
was
know, the one thing I'm looking at right now, and it's probably, in my opinion, one of the shittiest designs I've ever seen. It has to stand upright, and it's on a fucking stand that I'm pretty sure if I sneeze the wrong way, that bitch is falling off the table.
But hold on, the PS3 and even 2 technically, they weren't designed to be sat upright, but they were heavily advised to be sat upright, so where the airflow would maximize through the system. So since PS2 era, they've been pushing, hey, you should put it up here, but it's not required. PS5, they finally just said, fuck it, you don't have a choice.
No, this fucking thing. It's no, you want to give me a better stand than a fucking two notches to set the lip of it in. Cool. But no. This thing, it literally has a stand and you
I
just set it
see.
on it. And again, if I sneeze it, this fucker's falling off.
It
And
looks
it
like
has a controller stand on it too, which is fucking pointless, but no, it's
I,
like you can't lay it down.
no.
It's I like it, but fuck it. Stupid. Stupid design. Dumb.
I like Microsoft. They're just like, here's a box.
Yeah, yeah, take your tiny fridge and set it up. That's what it fucking looks like.
Oh, on that flip side, we also made a tiny fridge look just like an Xbox. So make sure you buy the right one because an Xbox is not $50.
Exactly. Yeah, my son saw it. He's like, hey, look, it's an Xbox. I know that's a fridge.
My friend, it's a fridge. I've
I
seen so
know.
many videos where it's like, Mom, I bought an Xbox. I got it. I paid $50. Blah 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 blah. Open it. What the hell?
What the fuck is this?
It's like, yeah, I saw that coming miles away. They knew what they
And
were
you can,
doing. They
you
knew.
can only fit like 4 cans in it. Oh, it's the same thing with the PlayStation, that fucking Horizon statue. People were buying that thinking it was a PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, guess what? It says right on there, not a console.
People do not read.
I know, I've fallen for that too.
I'm gonna say one word to prove people don't read. Tide Pods. Maybe that's 2 words.
That
Two
might be
words.
2 words. Do you really have to read that to know not to fucking eat something that cleans your clothes? Do you? I mean, it cleans your clothes.
There's a whole group of people. Just saying.
That's that's a whole generation, and I will fall in of just calling that gene pool cleansing at that point. So it's
The
I'm
but
perfectly fine with it.
dad
So
joke at the
it
finest.
is it is what it is with idiots like that. Just right there, they just want to drink bleach and everything else. So cool. I mean, if you literally drop it on your clothes and it turns them white, you might not want to put it in your body.
But my insides are not white. My insides must reflect my outsides.
Not anymore. When you're dead.
Oh my god. But oh god, it's a fucking subject.
What were we
Fucking
talking about
boggle.
again?
Video games. VR, consoles.
Yeah, don't eat Tide Pods.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't think we have to say that now. It's 2022. If we do, get off my channel. Julie, all I got for you. Uh, no, I did see one thing though. Getting back to video games, I did see one thing that amazed so many people this weekend. But on the flip side, pissed off two big ass studios. The GTA 6 and Diablo 4 leaks of their gameplay. Have you seen that?
I saw the GTA 6 gameplay and I guess I didn't see a whole lot of it, but it didn't look horrible,
No,
I
because it's
guess.
still in draft mode.
Okay.
So it's not polished, but GTA 6 is a big one because they've been talking about it for fucking years now. And they finally announced it this year. But it got leaked. It was pulled and then placed on a free for share or free sharing website where you can just go and download it and there's no trace to it because anybody can upload. But anyways, so GTA 6 got leaked and Rockstar immediately came forward and said that was not supposed to happen, but they're happy people liked what was there, but now they're seeking legal action for whoever stole it from their data servers, but they can't find out who stole it for whatever stupid ass reason. So somebody needs better security. And then you have Diablo 4, which I didn't know got leaked until I read an article literally like Sunday night about this. But Blizzard was very quick to pull it down and said that's not us. and now they're looking at also doing legal action because they didn't leak it. They didn't want it to be debuted, but now they're possibly going to change some of the content because of the leak. Because that's what Blizzard does.
Interesting.
Leak our shit. We're like, here you go. Not gonna be the game though. So, good luck.
No, I didn't see anything on Diablo. I did see GTA 6, but again, I don't play GTA and I haven't for a long time, so I didn't really care
Vice
about what was going
City.
on. Yep.
I
So
mean,
I don't know.
I didn't care.
It's
I just thought it was interesting because I was like, that's a big game. They do not have a trailer for it. This cannot be real. And then Rockstar said it was real. I was like, oh, did you guys hurry your asses up? It's been 10 fucking years.
oh yeah, yeah. Now it's another game I won't play, but I could care less about GTA.
Careless about Skyrim now, too. Both fucking games need to die. But, however, among the other, this is really just gaming news and media, whatever you want to call it. Surely you've seen how Sony is pissed off at Microsoft for trying to acquire Activision because
Yes.
if Call of Duty becomes exclusive, it will cause irreparable damages to the gaming community. And then another source says Sony says they can't compete. They'll lose all their fan base.
Sony can't compete.
Yeah, Sony will not be able to compete if they lose
Well, no. What
access to
what else
Call
do
of
they
Duty.
have? What else do they have besides Call of Duty?
First person shooter, nothing.
No,
But
game wise, what do they have?
Horizon, Forza, God of War.
So
Don't you fucking say shit about God of War. I will fucking drive up those 4 hour road trip and kick your ass tonight.
so they can not do who has Assassin's Creed?
Both of them.
Both? Okay.
When you're talking about like exclusive content, Sony doesn't have much, but they are very proud of what they have. And it just so happens that now Microsoft, after acquiring Bethesda, is now like we're gonna get Activision,
And let them
and
do it.
yeah, like it'll happen. I don't see them being denied, but the fact that Sony is missing such a huge market or a huge game could be huge again, and it's rumored as well that Battlefield might be working with Sony due to this. Which again, yes, Battlefield sucks right now, but so is Call of Duty.
Battlefield sucks since it came out.
That's not true.
I'm sorry. Every one of
It
those
was
games have sucked.
it sucked after 3.
It
But
sucked from the beginning.
you didn't like it because you're a Call of Duty fan, hard boy, and you're like, this is so good.
The
You didn't like the
gameplay was not fun.
you didn't like the realism of it. Just be fair. Just
The
be
realism.
real.
No, it
Just
wasn't even that. It's
just
you're
be
shooting
fair.
tiny green soldiers. What it was too hard to fucking see everything. No, the game
Realism.
sucked. They all
Realism.
no, no, nope, 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 nope.
But
The game was horrible.
you're horrible.
Like
Anyways,
fucking Halo before that.
but that would be their best option if they want to truly compete with Call of Duty. Would be to buy Battlefield, which I think belongs to EA. Maybe is that who owns Battlefield? Yeah, it has to be EA because it's on EA Pass. Um, but here's the funny thing: it's also heavily rumored that EA is trying to sell to Microsoft,
Which
which would be funny for them
yeah,
to have
well,
both Activision and EA. But fuck you, no FPSs. We have them
going down
all.
the line, that's what you're gonna have one. Microsoft is probably gonna end up owning everything at some point.
Yeah, it'd be like Disney
Yeah,
technology.
same thing with, and that's the movie industry too. You're gonna eventually come down to 3 to 4 studios that are making movies because
And your groceries.
that becomes too that can go into more of a political thing, but
Yeah, yeah. Let's
you
not go
know,
there. But again, that would if Sony truly gave a damn about their community and the gamers like they're bitching about so hard right now. That's not fair to the gaming community. Sony, fuck off, mate. You just raised your PS5 hundreds of dollars and try to blame it on inflation when nobody else is doing it. You have made shitty fucking games year after year, with the exception of God of War. Shitty fucking games. And you want to bitch about one. I will fucking. God of War is an amazing fucking game.
What's that time you streamed it?
I don't have it on PC because it's on my PS4. But 6
Oh.
months ago, you bitch.
But it's so good you don't have it on your PC.
It's not on
Okay.
PC. It's a PS. It's
Oh,
a PS exclusive. So,
exactly my point. So it's not that good.
but yeah, I will buy a new console solely for this game.
Waiting to see you do it.
Huh?
Do it.
Ragnarok's not out yet.
It's coming out. You know that.
I know
So
it
buy
is.
one.
I have money. I'm trying to save money up. Might as well pre-order it now,
Mom-
so where it comes in on Christmas.
Mama said if I was good, I could get a new one.
She did. She said it's be fine. It's okay. But no, I mean that's literally the only reason why I would buy a game, and that's if it doesn't come out on PS4, which is rumored, heavily speculated that it will be out on PS4 as well. Which, if it is, I don't need a new console. I have my PS4. I'll just wipe it clean and have Netflix, Disney, Hulu, streaming services, and then God of War.
They're gonna make it for PS4.
They're supposed to be releasing it for PS4. It's supposed to be the last gen release for the PS4 for the series, anyways. So
Really?
if they do, everybody's like, what about the graphics? I don't give a fuck about the graphics. I have a story that I need to finish after 20 years almost. Okay, I it's not even gonna be finished. It should have been finished after God of War 3, and he had a fucking son, and now he's in Norse mythology, and now I have to fucking finish his storyline.
So okay, with that, who would you see? We'll go a little movie wise. Who do you see playing that character if they make a movie?
God,
Don't say
Kratos?
Batista.
No, no,
Yes, don't say Batista.
no. Batista's not big enough, and I don't mean big as in like swole or jack. I mean like tall, because he
Say
is.
you have your pick of. Well, I mean, you can make anybody huge in a movie.
True. I mean, look at Robert Downey Jr. He is
Yeah.
small, and he's in
Yes.
Iron Man. He's in stiletto, not stiletto. Sorry, he's in platform shoes quite
Yeah.
often.
So I mean,
True.
camera angles stuff like that. You can make anybody
Uh,
that, but not him.
I
I'm
would.
already vetoed him.
I would be okay with uh Jason Momoa. There we go. He would be good. Braun Strowman from WWE would be a good one.
Okay.
Um, not The Rock, for the love of God, not The Rock. Uh,
Wasn't that the one he was hinting at doing?
he's been hinting
Because
at
he
it for
plus that
years.
isn't that the game that he says he loves and was wanting to make a movie, a live action movie about it.
Yes,
Okay.
I don't want him to though, and it's not. It has nothing to do with what a lot of people are going to speculate. It has nothing to do with that. It's just his movies are hit and miss, and don't fuck with my video game community. You had Jumanji, you barely made it out with that. Don't fuck with God of War. Um,
He
but
did so good in Dune though, or Doom.
did we watch the same Doom? Because I remember it a whole lot different, like 100% different.
I only enjoyed the last part of it when it became the first person part. The
Um,
entire movie was fucking horrible.
I had a list too of who I would like to see play Kratos, but yeah, uh, if we're talking about like acting prowess, I think Jason Momoa would be a perfect cast for it, just because he also looks the part. I don't know how well he would look bald though, because Kratos is bald.
Why not the now Strowman was one that popped into mind.
Yep.
I think Jason Momoa has the build and the look for a lot of characters, and I think he falls in. Bring him up. Um, the the mountain from Game of Thrones.
Too big.
Too big. Well, do you
Not
see?
height wise, like just he's a professional power lifter,
Mhm.
and he is a literal brick shit house, but he also
Yes.
looks like a brick shit house. And
But
it's just,
also the smallest brother out of the three.
that's true.
Yeah. Which is insane.
It's fucking crazy. But like, Jason Momoa just has that perfect Kratos body would be the best way to put it. And seeing as the little he did do in Game of Thrones with the sex scenes and everything, God of War early on was very heavy in that field, where you could take concubines and go screw them and get experience points, or go get orbs to level up. So it was heavy inside the game. Not really important to the game, but you know.
I see where your head's at. So you want to see Jason Momoa naked the entire time
Ah,
in God of War?
I got Game of Thrones. I got Game of Thrones. But no, there was another person I was thinking of. I can't think of his name. Um, but yeah, Jason Momoa would be like my top pick. Braun Strowman to a degree, and that's only because of how freaking tall and shredded he is right now, and he can pull that bald look off.
I think Strowman
So
has more of a look than Momoa does. I don't think Momoa would take to the point of shaving his head
yeah,
and owning that character like that.
yeah.
Granted, he might. You never know. I don't know his full commitment into a character, but he's never changed his look once.
He
He's looked
just
the
he
exact
just
same.
he just shaved the side of his hair and cut his hair about ocean pollution. Go check his Instagram.
Oh, that's for his
And then he got a new tattoo.
on his head
Yeah,
or his face.
his head. I'm not saying it's a
Did he really?
coincidence, but yeah,
Yeah, okay, and he is big into that one. Did he have it said if he reached a certain goal he was going to do that?
I don't remember. I
Oh,
think so. I think it was like he raised five
I
hundred
just
thousand.
I just don't know if he'll do it for a movie role though. Like I don't know his commitment for a movie role. I know he's committed to because he's got his own cups and everything else too that he was coming out with for bars. That he was trying to push to aluminum cups,
Yep.
which in my head they were cool looking.
Yep.
Granted, it's just aluminum solo cup pretty much, but um,
We're so off topic.
yeah,
Well, kind of.
that's it's well we could come back to it. But I mean, God of War is one that you can do. Could be a decent one, but as long as it's not screwed up like World of Warcraft style movie, which
Okay.
is
Okay.
absolute garbage.
Okay. Okay. Easy. Okay. It was not.
It's
It was no. Shut up. As someone who grew up playing Warcraft and somebody who grew up knowing the lore and the background, was World of Warcraft movie dog shit?
yes.
No. It was. It was. It was
Did we
bad.
watch the same movie?
Yes, we did. I have a
Are
better
you-
understanding though.
No, no, you can't. That movie, no, you cannot make that movie. No, no,
It,
no,
no.
no.
For
I'll watch Doom before I watch that fucking garbage.
no, because here's the thing: with what was given and the restrictions put on Blizzard, the movie was not a great movie, not a good movie. It was a bad movie. Not arguing that, but I'm not saying it was hot trash on a hot summer day in Arizona summer. I'm just saying it was an okay movie. It was a bad movie, but it gave us a sneak peek at what World of Warcraft could be if they fucking let Blizzard control the animations. Because look at their cutscenes. Blizzard has some of the best fucking cutscenes in the game.
I mean, it's not Street Fighter garbage,
Oh god.
but I would say Double Dragon was better than that one.
Oh god. Forgot about Street Fighter. Actually, I have a movie. I have the Blu-ray and DVD wrapped up. Haven't watched it. Oh my god. I always forget about that. That was the person who played in Bison. That was his last movie.
Yep.
Yep.
He died shortly after,
Yep.
or in filming. No, it was after.
Yeah, post production.
Yes.
But no, like video game movies, and we'll have a whole fucking episode about this. They are so hit and miss, and they have to be done so delicately. Like take Mortal Kombat, the first one back in the '90s. Don't watch it today because it does not hold up today.
Unless you enjoy the campiness, there is some campiness to it.
Yeah, yeah. If you keep that in mind, and you can keep in mind the '90s and
Yes.
CGI was not technically a big deal and was not fully understood. So that was a good movie. Back then, it was a great movie. It was funny to watch, even. Annihilation, not great. Still good
No.
for the time frame. But then you have like Mortal Kombat that just came out a couple years ago. I personally liked it. I like that they went away from the mass majority lore and backing up Mortal Kombat and said, hey, we're going to introduce a new character. He's going to be the lineage child of Scorpion. They're going to give you a deeper background of Scorpion and Hans so you have better understanding. It played out very well. It was a good movie. Not great, but it was not a shit movie either, like so many people put it out to be. I refuse to acknowledge it as a shit movie because it was a
I shit on it. when it came out. I watched it again. I shit on it again, but I will say it's has potential to be an upward moving shit movie,
It
if that makes sense.
yeah. It truly has like the abilities to evolve, but the problem you run into with
Video game movies, and we'll talk more on it during that podcast, is the fact that you have your fan base who grew up on the video games and possibly even the lore and comics behind them. And you have those who did not, and they're going to be the ones that love that video game movie because they don't understand everything that's wrong in it, the incorrectness on it. The video game community will be the ones that are like, this is a shit movie. It's so trash. Like, what was that movie that had Tom Holland in it? Uncharted. I didn't play Uncharted very much. I don't like the game. But the movie, I felt, did a good job of doing the Uncharted series good, properly.
Wait a minute, that's a new movie and you watched it? You saw it?
I fucking hate you. It was
You
on
saw
that.
a new movie?
I've seen several new movies. I got Netflix, I got Hulu, I got Peacock, I got Disney.
Is it on one of those?
It was, yeah.
Oh,
I think it was on
I guess I
Netflix.
haven't seen it. I don't know. I've never played Uncharted. Uncharted to me just seems like Indiana Jones style is what I saw it as, but I have no idea
Basically.
as I've never played it. That's kind of what it reminded me of, but
Yeah.
or Pitfall from
Yeah,
back in the day.
yeah. Now that you mentioned Pitfall, yeah. Now I can't watch the movie. Yeah. Uh,
There you go.
thanks for ruining that one. I'll still
So I'm
watch it
here.
as
I'm
Tom
here to fuck
Holland.
shit up.
As Tom Holland, Mark Wahlberg in it, so I'm good.
Wait, Marky Mark's in that movie too?
Yeah, he's
See?
the co-star to Tom. It's a good movie, but again,
I don't doubt it.
if you play the Uncharted series, the first thing most people will say is, "This is a shit movie. It's not accurate. It's not true to the nature." Like, the video game is made up. It's like mermaids, not real. Sorry, little shade had to go there. Back on track though.
Uh, they have to be very careful with doing it because it's going to
Affect so many people, and that community is very divided in of itself. But back to God of War though. Speaking of Ragnarok, which is a new series that's coming out, so the storage side is over doubling. So God of War 4, which came out on the PS4, was 45 gigabytes. As it stands right now, God of War Ragnarok is going to be 90 plus gigabytes. So it's up there with, I don't know, Call of Duty.
Almost.
Oh, I mean, it's missing
it's
like 30,
getting up
but yeah.
there.
It's missing like 30 gigabytes.
Is that so? Is it going to add more of an open world aspect to it, to where you can roam a little bit more? Or what's making it so big? Or have they said?
Just, it's going to be, if you know anything about the developers who do God of War franchise, they build a lot of it. It's not just like a linear game or linear motion storyline. There's a lot. Yes, there's some open world concept to it, but not true open world like Skyrim. More like, think Spider-Man on the PS4 where you can swing through the city. You can still do that with God of War, but you have this area that you can go through, and it's a contained sector. But they're said to expand that so where there's more room to explore and introduce a lot of new mechanics. They're going to basically everything of Norse mythology is coming to a head. So because it's Ragnarok, so they're going to play out that story and that myth. So you're going to have Odin, you're going to have Thor, you're going to have Loki, you're going to have all of these Norse gods and goddesses and demigods and deities, whatever. They're all being introduced. So we're going to see a very, very long story play out. And it's not going to be a short little 16-hour story. The last one I read was it's going to be like a 34, 36-hour story minimum. And that's if you just play the main course and you don't do anything extra in it. So we'll see. That's all speculation until it officially gets released and they're done with production and they can say, here you go. Here's all the information you need. It's all speculation.
Any rumors of DLCs?
They've never done a DLC to my knowledge. I've never had one. So they're one of those few games that when they release a game,
It's said and done.
yeah. The closest they get to, I guess that technically counts as a DLC, is like a skin for your axe or your skin for your chains, his weapons. But
More of a customizable
yeah, so
DLC.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
cosmetic. It's not like another sector or another story, but there could be. Ragnarok is a very, very big,
Yeah.
big myth inside of Norse mythology. So I mean, it's not like they can truly encompass all of it. They're gonna do the gist of it. So maybe they'll make it last the next 10 years, and they'll just do DLC after DLC after DLC.
So GTA 5, but in God of War style.
So better.
Anything's better than GTA 5, in my opinion.
But which is, I mean, again, I would love to see it.
And if they do the DLC content where they like release shit to expand the story, even better. Because then they don't have to release a new game. They can just say, hey, here's a $30 expansion for 6 months, and then another 6 months. Here's another $30, and just milk that cow dry. Which is what Grand Theft Auto should have done, and what Skyrim should have done. They should have released more content for it that expanded the story and make you pay for it, and then at least maybe it'd be worth a damn.
Maybe.
I still don't think so.
But speaking of games that have been out for a bit and they're still adding on, I only mention this because I also play it and streamed it. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. That's finally getting a season 2. So we're gonna get what the fuck is his name? Goku's dad. We're gonna get his side of the story and find out more about him. But that comes out next year. Yep. We'll have 4 more arcs released next year.
I have a hard time enjoying those games. I'm not anime. I don't know. I just don't like my kids like anime. I can't get into it. I don't find anything enjoyable about it, I guess. It's not my cup of tea.
The only anime I watch, and this is only because it's defined as anime, Dragon Ball Z, technically Pokemon. That's really about it. I don't watch like One Piece or any of that other crap.
Oh, my kids are all about it. One Piece,
No.
Demon Slayer, Naruto,
I do
Naruto,
I do
all
the
that
old
stuff.
school stuff that's now deemed. I mean, Dragon Ball Z's always been anime, but yeah.
Yeah.
Big or kind of big news. The developers of Dead Space. Did you see they're making an Iron Man single player game?
I'm not sold on it until they actually come out with it and it's legit because
Well, yeah.
Dead Space sucked.
The graphics and animation were good though. I didn't play the whole storyline.
The whole idea of that game would have been great, but it was fucking horrible.
I didn't finish
The last Iron Man game that they had, that Iron Man VR or whatever they had, was horrible.
No.
The last Avengers game they had was absolutely horrendous.
That had so much promise too.
It did, but it fell flat on its face. It was not good. I didn't even play it. I watched some gameplay of it, and I'm like, I can't do it.
See, I did that, and then it came out on Game Pass, and I was like, it's free. Let me play it.
I don't blame you.
I got an hour into it. I was like, this sucks so much. The last true fun Marvel's game was Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. Those were fun. Where you got like the heroes. There was 4 of them. You ran around, very linear.
Yeah,
loved them.
Mm-hmm.
They came out with another one for the Switch. Was it? Was it Switch exclusive? Maybe. Black Dragon or something. I don't know. I remember when it came out because I was like, damn it, I don't have that console. Not playing it. Uh, wasn't dedicated to it like God of War, but it has promise. But yeah, like you said, until something is released, something is given, it's all up in the air, and it's very
Yeah.
hard to say. But
Yeah, I mean, creators of Dead Space, okay, cool. You had a shit game and you have potential to make a great game. Don't fuck it up. 'Cause Dead Space sucked.
so speaking of things, or flipping the script from sucking terribly to something good, did you see GoldenEye 007 is coming to the Nintendo Switch?
No.
So I didn't know this. I saw this as a rumor originally. I had to go research it because of course it said 007. I was like, bullshit. The original game, apparently the reason why it has never came out, never been remastered, redid or whatever, was due to a licensing issue that it was basically never allowed to happen. And the time span has passed. Which
Okay.
007 came out like fucking years ago. Like well over a decade. 64. So long time ago.
Well, that's well over a decade.
I don't want to date myself, okay? So we're going with just one decade.
That was
Don't
yeah,
Google it.
just one.
Uh,
1995. 1995.
Yeah, shut up. So yeah, that's said to be in the works now of coming out on the Switch, possibly Xbox even, but not PlayStation.
How does it how it so
Licensing, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure Microsoft has to have some contractual obligations to that
okay.
aspect of it to be able to come onto Xbox and PC. I just read the article in its entirety. It was like, oh my god, I'm gonna kill some people in rage.
That'll
There,
be yeah. Wow.
and then you have Overwatch. I haven't played that game in a while, but
Uh-huh.
that's being shut down completely October 3rd
Why?
because Overwatch 2 comes out October 4th.
Oh, okay.
So rather than do like Call of Duty does, where they'll leave the game up and
Yeah.
still support, no,
Okay.
Blizzard.
Oh, I thought you're just about Overwatch in general. It's like, okay,
No,
what the hell?
the game
Okay.
Overwatch 1 will be
Okay.
removed, disserviced, and it's just gone. Can't play it anymore because Overwatch 2 is coming out.
Okay.
So
Which no, whatever.
I didn't play too much of Overwatch except when certain buddies were like, "You should play it." Okay, I got good at it, and they all stopped. I was like, "Fuck you."
No, my oldest son plays that one, but I don't know. I'd never played it. I watched him play it, and again, it's another game that can't get into. It's too futuristic and annoying.
It says the guy that doesn't care for realism yet plays Call of Duty, but won't play Overwatch because it's too futuristic. Won't
Exactly.
play Apex because it's too futuristic.
It's annoying.
Barely plays Fortnite because it's too futuristic.
No, it's too fucking cartoonish and stupid. Don't get me started on Fortnite with the fucking bullshit they have. Their
Oh.
tiny fucking hitboxes and all that stupid shit.
But speaking of Fortnite, good news comes out of it though. The restricted device. Have you seen that?
Yes, I did.
I am so pumped for that.
So
For those of you that don't
Sure.
know what a restricted device is, it's a cheat.
the Cronus.
Yeah, there's
Is
several.
it
of them.
that?
Something you
I'm
plug
not
into
sold
your
until
system.
I'm not sold until it actually works. Just like the anti-cheat that
Well,
Call of
one,
Duty came out with.
don't compare anybody's anti-cheat to Call of Duty's anti-cheat, okay? Because Call of Duty is a joke. BattlEye, which is what majority of everyone else uses, actually works and gets people banned. Call of Duty, again, like you said so many times in the past, some old code red drinking mama living basement dweller is in charge of their anti-cheat Ricochet. But this, I'm pumped for it. I don't care that it's for Fortnite. I'm just pumped that somebody's actually going, yep, we need
Won't
access to your
work.
hardware.
It will not work.
I bet you,
Mhm.
I will bet right now that it will work. But here's gonna be the problem: the Fortnite uh, community will dwindle by the droves because people, in order to have access to your hardware component, you have to grant them access to the overall operation and hardware system, meaning they have access to your entire computer, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever. They have access to everything, which means they can see everything, which means you are now connected to the net like never before. That if, oh, I don't know, Epic Games gets hacked, whoever hacks them can now go, oh, I now have access to your computer hardware. Let me go through your hard drives now. Let me go through your RAM. Let me see what you've been searching. Let me see what you've been doing. Oh, you're fucked. Here's your databases. Here's your keystrokes. Here's your cards. That's the scary side of it. But I also see people not approving of that and saying, well, I won't play anymore. But I also see the flip side of finally all those people who use Chronos and so many other devices will now just be like, well, I'm not playing this game anymore. Because it's not just like a Fortnite insta ban, it's an Epic Games insta ban. So everything you buy on Epic Games will be gone. You won't be able to play it. Because
Now
that's
is
how
it
serious they are.
it's an account, not an IP.
It's an IP. They said you will lose all access to Epic Games.
See, I don't believe that. I have a hard time believing that because that's loss in revenue. And granted, yes, there's a lot of people that play it. Just like, and we go back to Twitch of I'm not being sexist or whatnot, but there is something of the nature of
Hot tub.
you can have sex on stream and get banned for 7 days.
Yeah, forgot about that.
Yep. You can literally get railed from the back and only see the front half of her. She gets banned for 7 days. One guy has a bad day of some kind and is permabanned.
Yep.
There's definitely a double standard within that, but also when it comes to the revenue and everything else that Fortnite may or may not see, I don't see it working. I don't see it happening, and I also see ways around
No VPN.
them seeing their hardware
Oh,
with
there are.
switchers and repeaters.
There are, but again, you have to know how to fully operate a switcher and receiver properly. And yes, go
And
YouTube. It's not hard.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, there's ways to do it,
Yeah.
and the ones they're going to catch are going to be the casual gamer who goes in and just buys a Chronos, plugs it in,
No, they're
opposed to the ones
yeah.
that know what the hell they're doing,
Well, yeah.
who will continue, and you won't catch them, you won't stop them.
So
And
I mean, VPNs stop the whole IP thing. So, but no,
yes, that too.
this is just the reason why I'm excited for it, though. It's finally somebody going, we're done. We're done with cheaters. We're done with this ruining our community. We're done being bitched at for this. I don't think it needs to be this invasive. I think you just need to fucking do what you're supposed to do. If somebody cheats, go, oh, ban. Oh, you got reported. We're gonna pull the film and we're gonna see. Done. Okay, cool. If they
Yeah.
keep it minimalistic, fine. But huge security issue the moment you say, I need access to your hardware. Because that means they have access to read your hardware.
Yeah.
That's just how this works for those of you who don't know, and for those
Mhm.
of you who are screaming, going, no, no.
And then
It's just like Facebook. Like, I'm
yeah,
gonna bitch about Facebook for 1 second because I just saw family do this, where they copy and paste some stupid status that's like, I don't give my right for Facebook to use my
oh god,
data. No, listen, terms and condition, terms of service, terms of agreement. You don't have any rights anymore. You download the app, you signed up for it, you said yes, I agree to all current and future agreements of service. Yeah, fucked. I'm sorry. That's just how it works.
you're using somebody's business. That's what it is.
But it's gonna be the same thing. That now
Yes.
somebody has access to your hard drive. What else are they going to do with it? And just it becomes very again,
Information
this
leaks and everything
this
else,
is
and
the
then
this is the other side of the coin that people need to truly understand is it's that security hazard. So banking and financials, IRS
So,
financials, birth dates,
so then you
personal.
look at 5 to 10 years until there's another 3M lawsuit of, were you involved in the Fortnite information leak?
Were you
Call me
involved?
now.
Did you download Epic Game Store? Did you play Fortnite? Did you agree to the terms of service to allow them to have access to all of your hardware components? If so, you may qualify for compensation upwards of $5 million. Contact us now at 1-800-555 you suck.
Yep.
And that's
Only a matter of time.
USO or SUK. It works. No C. Because you didn't see it coming.
Because that's going to happen.
But yeah, I mean, but again, it's one of those like it's the flip side of the coin was there's all this danger and a hazard to this, but at the same time, thank God somebody's finally taking a proactive step in doing something, or at least trying to do something proactively about it. The only people I know that have done something, can't even say similar because nobody requires hardware registration like that. But Destiny doesn't play around with cheaters at all. Like they don't fuck around with it. They even had like a recent gear, a recent exotic gear for Hunter. It's a chess piece. Has just now been taken off. You still own it, but you can't use it. You can't play with it. You can't equip it or anything because it was a massive glitch that too many people were using and exposing ridiculously. That Bungie just said, done. We'll fix it. You can't use it in the meantime. So it's pulled. And then they start banning people who try to go around it and go through their code structures where their account doesn't show as the equipment being banned or non-usable, and they instantly get flagged and they get banned. Easy as that. They have to create a whole new account, which means they have to buy the game all over again. All the DLCs. It was all their in-game content. So, that's my opinion.
Which, I guess Destiny is, I mean, there's a smaller game style, but only by 2.5 billion compared to Call of Duty, but that's billion with a B. But yet, they still can't get the cheater thing figured out.
Yeah. Again, if somebody's gonna lead the way in this, it should have been Call of Duty 10 years ago.
Yes,
In the
but
story,
there's something.
but.
No, there's something on the back end somewhere that's happening because with all the skins that have been created that were never even made for the game, the people are able to add to it is
But Call of
fucking
Duty.
weird.
But Call of Duty is like, oh, okay, that's fine. Because it's getting their name out there. Activision doesn't give a shit. Let's be real.
That's the thing too.
And we said we weren't going to talk about Call of Duty. It still gets fun.
I know. But the downside is that $3 billion with the B, that's the problem is why? Why do they care? Why would they care?
No, I mean
the money's going to come in.
No, you're absolutely right.
The $100 to $500 million that Destiny 2 makes, there's still a point to where they're going to care about what's going on with that game, the community of it, and the whole outlook of that game because it's still in the building process. It's been out for what, 10 years?
Destiny as a whole came out in 2014. Destiny 2 came out in 2016, 2017.
All right, so they're going on 10 years. So, just Destiny as a whole.
Yeah.
So I mean, even
it came out as Bungie /343. So that should tell you something.
No, and it's still I mean, in money wise, it's not complete baby phase, but it's gaining more traction as it goes and has potential to continue.
Why is it gaining traction? Oh, because Activision finally took their fucking dick out of Bungie's ass and let them do their own shit. So now Activision's not in control, but then they sell it to fucking Sony.
Which, and
lesser of two evils, but not by far.
I'd say the last thing we'll say about Call of Duty is with the whole changeover that they're supposed to be doing, with it may or may not. But I haven't checked. I don't know if Modern Warfare 2 is strictly Activision or...
Well, it's Activision sponsoring like Raven or Infinity War or Treyarch. So it's Activision's the main studio developer, but then they bring in micro studios to come.
If any word and published by Activision. Okay. Okay.
So,
So
and it
it's that, and
changes.
then-
Those three always change.
Yeah.
Or used to always change. One year was
And that-
Infinity Ward.
yeah.
Next year was Raven, and the
Yeah.
other year was.
They always
Treyarch.
trade off.
Yeah.
So okay. Yeah.
It's a bid war, really. It's who can make it the cheapest for Activision.
Which, military game. Lowest bidder wins.
Except the military does a lot worse. But anyways,
But like, because I mentioned Overwatch coming out in October.
Yes.
The two other big games, and Call of Duty, we've talked about that. The three big games that are registered for October release of 2022 is Overwatch, which comes out like I said October 4th. You have Call of Duty comes out at the end of October on the 28th, and then you have one of mine that has like, oh, it could be such an amazing game, but it's DC, so Warner Brothers behind it, and they're kind of shit fest right now. Gotham Knights, that has big promising, and right now it's over delivered. If you've seen all the trailers, it looks really good, looks amazing. You get play as multiple characters like Nightwing and Red Hood and so many others. So Batgirl.
So they're dumping all the
side
add-ons from
characters.
Asylum and make them now playable.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Which I'm not complaining because
It's the whole like actual Gotham Knight storyline though of the comic book. So yeah.
which like Arkham Asylum, those were great games. I loved it.
Oh, the whole series was.
Yeah.
The whole.
So is this going to be the
No, it's
last
standalone.
and final?
No, it's has nothing to do with Arkham. Nothing.
Oh, it's just Gotham Knight. Okay.
Yeah, it's just Gotham Knight. It's standalone. It's
Okay.
not Batman. Gotham. It's just Gotham Knights. But that has a lot of promise. I'm excited for it. It's one of the few games I actually looked towards, and when it got announced, I think in March, maybe January, when they showed gameplay, it looked so good and it was still in development. We're refining it, but then WB sold out to Discovery, and Discovery's cutting all these corners to save money, so who knows if they touch the game division at all.
Yeah.
It will be interesting. And there's a bunch of games coming out in October. Those are like the three big ones that are kind of registered everywhere. It's just it's late. I can't
It's
speak English.
I
Uh,
don't know. It should be a fun October. It should be a fun October, but I don't know.
I
We'll
mean,
see what happens.
there's a few single players coming out, so that's like I said, I think we'll see a lot more single player games come out real soon. Real soon.
Yeah.
10 years max will be flooded again, but I think honestly within the next few years we'll start seeing it. And Call of Duty has already started going, oh, people want the campaign to come back. Okay.
Yeah, and they've done that for a while because that's nothing new.
No,
That's been complained of for a long time.
yeah. But they finally listened. It took years.
Yeah, we'll see if they really listen or not.
Yeah, true.
Put them to the next campaign that comes out. I've already ordered it, so I pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
Mainly because I wanted the ghost skins and everything else too. So for Warzone, and then I wanted the actual game as well.
The only thing I have pre-ordered is Destiny 2 Lightfall, and that comes out February 28th, 2023. $100.
It's a long. Let's see. Well,
Okay,
I bought the ball pack.
Yeah, I get all 4 DLCs. I get exclusive content. I don't care.
Nope.
That's the only one I care about. And God of War, if they do something like that too, you know my sweet ass will fucking get it. But I haven't even checked on the PS4 to see if it's pre-orderable.
I don't know.
If it is, I gotta go get $60. Spend it on that. But let's do something
to wrap this episode up, and we're going to do something we've been talking about for a while. Yeah, for a while. And it's actually been asked about in a YouTube comment too. Ranking video games. But I'm going to get more specific and say rank these 10 franchises. Okay?
Mhm.
Your face looks so enjoyable right now.
I'm
Scale
only
one.
waiting for the shit show you bring out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's on a scale 1 to 5. 1 being amazing, not perfect. Okay, I refuse to acknowledge any game's perfect. But 1 is amazing. 5 being just terrible, trash, past its prime, needs to be stopped. Like no more of it. And then of
Okay.
course 3 is decent. So
Okay.
we have 10 games. Again, scales 1 to 5. Do you want me to read the list out to you or just go down the list?
Let's just go one by one.
One by one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are
I'm also going to react. I have not.
these franchises?
These are true franchises.
Okay.
And by definition, I'm going to get very specific. These are franchises that have been around for a minimum of 10 years.
Bless you.
Been around for a minimum of 10 years. Have more than 3 games in its series, in
Okay.
its true lineage series, as well as possible spin-offs. And you'll see with one of the games.
Okay.
So yeah, three games minimum, been around longer than 10 years. I just want to say that because a lot of people will be like, well, Tetris is a franchise game. No, it's fucking not. I'll fight down another battle. Anyways, going down the list. 1 to 5. 5 being stop making it, 1 being amazing. Not perfect. We've talked so much about the Call of Duty franchise. I'm gonna let you respond first since I'm giving the game, and you need to kind of justify why the score.
Call of Duty franchise as a whole, I would give it a 3. It's it's great gameplay as far as campaigns for the most part. Some games are absolute dog shit. Does Warzone fall in the franchise part of it? You're told anything under the
that's a
okay
spin-off.
whole umbrella of okay.
Yeah.
The part of having Warzone was great, but there are a lot of downfalls to it that you point out every day.
Wait,
So
every
yeah,
Tuesday.
I'll stick it a 3 for Call of Duty. Granted, it's one of my favorite of all time. So, but I'll give it a 3.
I'm a little bit more generous, I guess, as much as I shit upon Call of Duty. Uh, and I give it a 4, and that's only because if you look from where it started on PlayStation 1 with the old World War II games, trying to compete with Medal of Honor, it has evolved leaps and bounds. Granted, several hiccups in the last few years or longer. But several hiccups. But the thing is, they've tried to evolve, but the problem is when they fail, they just revert back to what used to work a few years prior, and then they stick with that model, and they change something else, and they revert back. They don't ever truly evolve the overall like mechanics, gameplay, game style. They tend to take away key components. Because originally I would give this a 5 and say it's a great game, great series. But Warzone's the only one that makes me honestly give it a 4 because that is such a missed fucking opportunity. 100%. They could have dethroned Fortnite with Warzone, and they didn't. They fucked up.
I gave Warzone because of Warzone is why I gave it a 3. There's only a handful of Call of Duty games that I like.
Oh, I can pick out something, but again, I also like zombies. So
See, I like probably
zombies play
3 to 4 Call of Duty games that I absolutely love. The other ones, I don't like Black Ops games. I don't like the storylines. I like the storylines. The gameplay was mediocre. The campaigns were. The last one was. It pissed me off. The Advanced Warfare.
Rushed.
I mean, There's,
Okay,
like
so
I said,
okay,
only a
so
few that I liked on them.
the Advanced Warfare, okay, because that's the one where we learned about the specialists and we got to see all these cool features. It is probably ranked up there with the top 5 of the worst Call of Duty series. But here's the thing, I, from a non-biased perspective, and you can see it from a developer side, I enjoyed it because we got a new aspect of the game. Again, they tried something new. They brought in specialists. Now you have trip mines. Now everybody has these random specialties that you can charge up. I enjoyed that aspect of it. As a whole, it was fun. But again, they did it two games in a row. Second game sucked. Wall climbing or wall running was a bitch. I hated that. But I enjoyed that, and plus that was one of the first few games that my wife started playing video games with me too. So there's also like memory there. Um, but overall, they tried something new, and it actually worked. Like I said, that's really mine's more of like memory, and that's how I got my wife into gaming was with Call of Duty. But they tried something new with Advanced Warfare. Didn't stick. Still was good. But Warzone was such a flop, and I wanted Warzone to be good. I wanted it. I tried so hard. And maybe if I actually played it every fucking night, maybe I'd like it. Probably not. You don't like it, and you play every night.
I like it.
No, you don't. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. But
That's the next one.
I really thought you were gonna give that game like a 5 series and not a.
No, I'm hard on. I like it, but it's not.
Mhm.
It's if you don't give me 5, that's where I'm putting it, right there.
The next one, I'm gonna say I think you're going to give it a 1. But I'm just gonna put that out there. But don't let me sway you. Final Fantasy series.
Can we go to the next one?
You want me to come back
I
to that one?
fucking five fucking garbage. I fucking hate Final Fantasy. I didn't want to defend it. It's
Oh, I did. I
dog
just
shit.
sorry. I just realized I fucked up my own scoring that I placed. Call of
I wonder
Duty's
why you were
not.
doing that
Yeah.
way.
Call of Duty's a 2, not a 4. 2.
I was curious, like
2. It's a good game. It's above decent. Fucking Christ. I don't even know my own score. 1's great. 5's
welcome to the
trash.
podcast, Sig.
What's stupid
So you're
is I had this
giving
whole thing fucking around. I was like, I'm gonna make this score. I'm gonna do 1 to 5 because it makes sense. 1's the best. I fucked it up on the first one. Go figure. Mine's a 2. His is a 3. Okay, Final Fantasy. I meant you're gonna give it a 5, but 1 still worked as sarcasm. But anyways,
I hate Final Fantasy. Nothing about it is enjoyable.
this one I will give a proper 4, only because I'm gonna remove my personal opinion as much as possible from it and take it from a studio series franchise game.
The whole ranking system is supposed to be about your opinion.
I know.
You don't work for the damn studio. Just give your opinion on a fucking thing.
It's you don't know. But no, I will give it a 4. I don't think they need to stop making the game. It is not a great game, but I do think this is no shut. I think this is one of those games that deserves a complete overhaul. Get rid of the turn-based tactic games and create a standard modern version of it. But yeah, it's like a hard 4. It's like a soft 4 really. It's more like leaning towards a 5, but I just want a realistic because the lore and the story is good. Just the gameplay mechanics suck ass. And plus, I like Legend of Dragoons, so I can't give this game a 5 because it's turn based solely. I like Legend of Dragoons, that's turn based. So
I will easily go hard 5.
We know what I'm going to give this next one. God of War series. I swear I will drive 4 hours to go kick your ass if you give it a 5.
I will give God of War only for the fact that I have played minimal amounts of this game. It is enjoyable.
I try to pick games that we've played. It's like
I don't play Final Fantasy at all, and you knew that from a long time ago.
I know, but that was more just like
I would
maybe
throw
spiteful.
God of War at a 4.
Okay.
I don't see it as a garbage game, but it's not one that catches my attention enough to where I want to play it a whole lot.
It's not your
I would play
genre.
Assassin's Creed over it. It's yeah.
No, that's what it is. That's like God of War is very much a very niche game. Like the not the gameplay itself, but like the lore, whatever you want to call it, the backstory of it. It's very specific. And if you're not big into mythology, you're not big into all that. Yeah.
Which I am, but it's not. I guess I don't get into the game enough to really
You have
go that hard with it. So
but if you
let's hear your heart on one.
Yeah,
I knew it was coming.
it's a one.
I knew it was coming.
But that has a lot to do not only with the gameplay, but that has to do with like it's evolved. They ended it on such a fantastic storyline with God of War 3 that you don't have to play the fourth one at all. But if you play the fourth one, you're like, oh my god, he got a second chance. He had a wife. She died. She was a frost giant. She wasn't the size of a frost giant. They had a son. That's not right. What the fuck? Oh, the son's like Loki? Oh, well, hold on. Like, loved it. And the fact that they still tie in the Roman mythology, Greek mythology so well. I feel like
One of them.
mythology's missed up. One of them.
It would be
Rome.
in Norse gods would be
No, I'm Zeus. That's Greek.
that's Greek.
Yep, Greek mythology. Fucking, I get Roman and Greek mixed up all the time because I study this shit way too much. But like again, they bring that in like in God of War 4, you see Zeus or not Zeus. Yeah, you technically see Zeus, but you find out Odin has a little beef with Zeus, which is gonna play into Ragnarok. And you're like, well, how the fuck does a Norse mythology god have beef with a man whore child, Zeus? He's a man whore. Let's just be real. He fucked everything. But I like it. I like the story. I like the overall gameplay mechanics. Everything behind it, I just feels like a great game. There's small things I'd like to have change, but it's as perfect as a game comes for me. And it's heavy single player too. I don't have to rely on anybody. No internet. No online. I can shut the internet off and be at peace for hours. And have. Which is why I don't play a lot because I have children. I can't play that type of game around my children. Not in the slightest.
Yeah, nope.
All right. Halo.
Just knocking out of the park with these fucking games. Halo.
I went 2 scores, but overall, the general, Halo before Infinite came out.
I wasn't even gonna put Infinite in there, to be honest, because of how much shit. Just like Battlefield 2042, I won't even. The fact that they didn't make it 6 months, I don't even rank it. I would put Halo also at a 3, mainly because there's a nostalgia part of that. Like you said, with Warzone, you have or not Warzone, what was it? Advanced Warfare with your wife.
Yeah, Call of Duty. Yeah.
And Halo, we played on deployments. That's one that we would all get together. I think it was Halo 2. We played a lot of Halo 2 on LAN parties. We would link up and play those on deployments and at that. I didn't really follow or care about the storyline. The gameplay was good. The campaign was fun. The multiplayer was enjoyable as well. And it was a solid game, but not a standout one that would like be above by any means. I don't think.
See, I'm going to include Infinite because I played it. Sadly, I played it. I played the beta. Well, I played the alpha, the beta, and I played the game as a whole.
I put it at a 3 because of that. Kind of like what Warzone did to Call of Duty to knock it down for you. Infinite did it for me because originally Halo, the storyline was great, the campaign was amazing, but the best aspect of it was just the lobbies when they went online, and then the fact like this is one of the first few games that LAN parties were so heavy growing up that literally you would take your Xbox over to your friend's house. Maybe if your friend didn't have a spare TV, you brought your TV over too. And those TVs were not lights. That was like a mom
No.
and dad had to drive you and had to carry that stupid beast in. But it was an amazing game. Infinite ruined it for me, left a very bad taste in my mouth, and now I'm like, I don't want anything to do with this series at all. I think it should not be made ever again, but I can't give it a 5 because it's also a game defining franchise. It changed multiplayer. It changed a lot of aspects about FPS people don't realize until you go back and you play it for the first time, or you just go back and play it and you truly understand it from the the developing side of the house and where it was back then to where we are now. Halo played a massive part of that, and the Red and Blue show. So that saved it a little bit. That was an amazing YouTube series. I love that. Loved it. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna jump around. I'm not gonna go down my list because I don't want you to know that one yet.
Throw your next dog turd at me.
Speaking of dog turds, GTA.
Which one? Oh, not all of them. I feel like there's only one.
Hey,
GTA
Rogel.
5.
Welcome to the franchise. Yeah.
I
Yeah, in the last 10 years, there's been one.
mean,
Do you understand that? There's a generation that truly only grew up on one Grand Theft Auto being out there, being pushed. And there's our old asses that
since the beginning.
at least a decade and a half ago.
Wasn't
Don't
wasn't
Google-
GTA
don't Google search that. That was PS.
wasn't
Don't do it. Just give me your ranking for the franchise series.
wasn't it on Nintendo?
What do you rank GTA series? The
I
franchise?
think that's a yes, because I remember it. Because I that kind of plays into it. The fact that it's been since then, and I remember the oil slicks and all that shit you could drop in that one. Um, I would put that one.
The controls are so hard
Oh,
back then.
oh my gosh! Yeah, I'm thinking about it. It's okay. GTA.
As the
Not a
whole.
huge fan as a whole. I would put GTA at a 2. I would give it a 2. Sheer
Wow.
fact of going
That high?
that game has I feel that game has set a bar for a lot of open world, or what do you
Yeah.
want to consider as, it's raised it so much coming from Nintendo.
Yeah, where it was to where it is.
The top scroll side to side running to where it's at now, to where you have your own set community within the game that people take it as, what's the Hot Tub Time Machine? What's the day where he's he's playing the game, but he's a prisoner. He's like knocking out push-ups and shit like that, getting ready for his parole hearing. But there's guys that are doing that. There's guys that are role playing cops and everything like that throughout. It's a whole nother release of life into that. A 1. I will give it a 2, a 2 at most, and that's a hard 2. And the game, I think, is going to get even crazier when 6 comes out, and who knows what the servers are going to look like after that.
Yeah.
I mean, the game has set the bar high for open world play.
I mean it. So I'm at the torn where like I won't give it below a 3. I won't. There's no way it doesn't deserve anything below a 3. Doesn't deserve a 1 because
No.
for me personally, if GTA 5 wasn't shoved down my throat for the last 10 years on 2+ consoles, it'd be a different story. I could give it 1. But the thing is like you stated, it's a transcending game. It's a trendsetter at that, and it's ever evolving. And it's one of those like, as much as like I don't like San Andreas, I don't like a lot of these newer ones. The mechanics, the aspects, the overall involvement and evolution that's taken place has improved the game to a point, like you said, that people are legitimately living out a rated R version of Sims, basically, where you have this character, you can grow as a person, you can be good or evil. You're always evil to a degree. But there are people who play it good. And I've seen those good runs that are hilarious. Uh, I will have to go purely based on the overall perspective. A 2, I'll agree with you on it. Um, but it's really more like a 2.9, just on the teeter of going to a 3 because of Grand Theft Auto 5 being shoved down my throat the last 10 years. Really the only thing that makes it quite easy to be like, oh, 3. Keep it a 2 because it's done a lot for the gaming community and gaming series as a whole. A lot of games truly would not exist if Grand Theft Auto was not successful.
But the fact that it's lasted 2 consoles in a decade. Now, it could be
GTA
laziness.
5, GTA 5 has last 2 consoles.
Yes. I mean, yes, it's the fact that maybe they got lazy or they thought it could last, but do you know how much that game has made in 10 years? That game has made
Probably billions.
$6 billion just at that one game.
That doesn't okay. So I'm gonna say that doesn't sound like a lot. I honestly figured they were
one
pushing.
game?
I figured they were pushing like at least a minimum of $1 billion a year. So I would have put them at like $10 or $11 billion in the decade.
My guess is that it probably picked up halfway through though, because that's when a lot more of the online stuff started to come out.
So technically, GTA 5 was released September 2013. It was released on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360.
Okay.
And then in 2014, it came to the PS4 and PS1, or Xbox One, sorry. And then in 2015, it came to Windows. In March of 2022, it came to Xbox Series S and PS5. So you're talking about 1, 2, 3 generations of consoles and the PC. So in 10 years, 3 gens, this game has been shoved down my throat. But again, 3 generations does not happen. I can't even think of a game that's been pushed out for like 2 consoles back to back. Like
War Thunder.
what?
War Thunder. It's a
I didn't play it.
kind of a war simulation type. They have tanks, planes, battleships
Sounds
style.
boring.
Not a big game.
No. Sounds boring.
Not a big game, but a game like that has been out for over 10 years, roughly 10 years, but it has made through some too. But big stream name game like Grand Theft Auto. I can't think of anything
AAA
else.
games. AAA games.
Yes.
Not streaming games. Yeah, AAA games.
I can't think of anything like that. That's no.
No, I truly cannot think of any series or any game.
No, because they
Especially
released
AAA
new
that-
ones.
like
Because like Gran Turismo, they come out with a new one of those two.
I guess okay, so I guess Spider-Man technically was out on PS4 and PS5, but I don't know if you would count that.
I wouldn't count that. You're talking about the Miles Morales one, are you?
I mean, that also came out on PS4, but yeah.
But that was
No,
that was a PS5 one. That was pushed more to the PS5. It was PS4, but it was
Yeah.
pushed for PS5.
Yeah, but I thought Spider-Man, like OG Spider, like the one before Miles, came out on PS5 as well, because you can now get it on PC.
Yeah, it came out when the first was it Far From Home or was it whichever is one of those
But-
Spider-Man movies that came out, but
But
it's
like that would be
nowhere
the only-
near
Yeah.
nowhere near GTA.
No, but that would be the only game in my head
I can think of that's lasted two, and that's a very like generous, lasting 2 generations
Yeah,
or more. But that's only PlayStation. That was an exclusive, so I don't know if you can.
yeah, that's more like the back end of 4 going into 5.
So, um, so yeah, I can almost talk myself into a 1. Now after
That's
saying
a.
that,
I think it's a lot to give it. I mean, I could see, but it takes a lot to be a 1.
since I don't play it, is the problem where like I can't give it a 1 because I don't play it.
True. I mean, and
That's really what it comes down to.
recognizing the fact of what they've done and giving it a 2, I think is a lot, and without even playing it.
This is supposed to be personal opinion. Isn't that what you told me earlier? Isn't that what I told you at the
Yeah.
top of this, and you told me?
Yeah. Listen to what I'm saying.
This is what I'm regurgitating. All right. Let's go to the Legend of Zelda franchise.
Okay. I played 2 of them. So I played the original and then Link. So I will go 4. And I have no backup of any kind because I haven't played anything new. I want to play the new one on Switch, or my son will give it to me to play.
You are his father. Just take it from him.
I don't want to be like that. I don't know. Kicking the door. Give me your damn video game and let me play it.
He is sleeping right now. Just go
I
watch
would-
it.
So no, I do want to play the new one. It does look interesting. It does look fun, but going off of the first one, which I absolutely love, the original Nintendo version style, I love that.
I don't know if you'll like Breath of the Wild because you're in
That
my boat.
that one alone, I can almost put that one by itself at a 2. I won't give it a 1. It'll take almost anything to get anything to be a 1.
Doesn't
But
take much. I'm a whore.
the the next one following that is when I played Link. I fucking hate that game. Everything about it. The fact that it looks like he's stabbing people with his dick as you're running through, trying to hit people. You're shoving a white dick in people the entire time. I didn't like it. After that, I saw the 64. No, fucking just dumb. Didn't want to play it. The newest one on Switch, I do want to try, and I will try and steal it in the next week and see if I can play it. But other than that, I really have no desire to play any of the other ones, so I'll stick it a 4.
I can't do it that dirty. Without Breath of the Wild, it'd be a 1. Real easy for me because it's again kind of similar to Grand Theft Auto. This game set the bar for so many other games. It set the bar with this type, and you go check it out. But again, Majora's Mask, which you didn't play because you didn't care for the 64, or Korean Time, you didn't play because you didn't care for the 64. 2 of the greatest. So fuck you. I will.
It's like an Elf Mario.
What? It's like an
It's
Elf
like
Mario.
an Elf Mario. That's what I compare it to. I guess
Except
Mario's here, Zelda's down here.
You want to know why? Okay, that's a fair comparison because at least the game, Mario, is listed after the character of who you play.
Not who you're chasing.
Legend of Zelda, you don't play as Zelda. You play as
No.
Link. Imagine Mario being called Princess Peach. The horror Mushroom Kingdom. You know she's diddling Bowser. Don't act like you don't know that. But anyways, Legend of
And
Zelda.
Toad's the gay friend.
We'll get to that because that's on this list actually. Legend of Zelda. Again, there are several of the series that I did not like. I despise Breath of the Wild because I played all the other ones. I don't think it's a true Legend of Zelda game. I think it should have been standalone. But whatever. I gave it a middle of the road 3, and that's solely because it is for the overall, it would be a perfect game if it wasn't for, I think, 3 games I can think of. Twilight Princess being another one, and the one that also came out on the Wii. But
That and Breath of the Wild. I just don't like those. I don't like what they did. I don't like what they tried to do, and the fact that they tried to make it. This is Legend of Zelda, but it's really not. So, in my opinion, go watch my past streams. You can see me bitch about Legend of Zelda for hours.
And so you're at a 2?
I dropped it to a 3. Breath of the Wild
Oh, you
really
dropped it
pissed
to
me
a 3.
off. Yeah,
Okay.
that's how pissed off I am at Breath of the Wild. Sorry, Nintendo. I know who made your Game Boy.
Yeah. It's a fucking jackass that pushed him up.
All right. Since we just talked about the non-elf-like version of this and the horror of Mushroom Kingdom, Mario. I will say this: all of Mario, all Mario Kart, okay, Mario Party, Baseball Mario, Tennis Mario.
I feel like if I don't give it this number, then it's like a smack in the face of all video games, because anybody thinks of video games, Mario is one that hands down
And he's not in Fortnite yet.
is that's fucking weird. I mean, Mario franchise alone is a 1. I mean, from the original Super Mario that I played as a kid and then later on played the first originals and seeing them in Donkey Kong and then getting Mario Kart and getting all the other shit that they have done, Mario 64 was frustrating but also enjoyable.
Who didn't love tossing a penguin off?
It
My wife
But
just
just-
replayed that game, or started. She, I think it was probably 3-4 weeks ago. I got her. She didn't know we had it, and she really wanted to play it. Popped it in, and she does the penguin mission. The first thing I said is toss that fucker off.
get him out there.
No,
But I mean-
you gotta save it. No, you don't.
It's just that those games are by far the best ones. 1, 2, and 3. I think 2 being one of my favorites because of the stoned out, trippy shit that they do in the whole game, and the speed runs that are done on 3 and 1. I mean, it's. I mean, that is, in my opinion, that is video game 101. Granted, you don't have to know the fucking history of who made who or who created who or who fucked who to make something like you do, but
You're so salty.
when it comes to Mario, and even my kids make, it drives me nuts. They make fucking plush doll YouTube videos with the Mario characters and everything like that. But everywhere you look, it's fucking Mario. So, that's a 1, hands down, in my opinion.
I agree. It's a 1. I'm gonna piggyback off because you clearly have not played it, or just didn't like it. Paper Mario, amazing.
I've still, my son played it.
That was ranked. I think that's still ranked on like the top 5 Mario's ever. But we're talking about a game that went from being a side scroller to being, Mario Karts, and then they got into the sports field of it where you can play tennis, golf. You had the Olympics with them. You got Dr. Mario, so you got pop pills like crazy. Then they branched off and did Yoshi's World and did so much with that. Like, this game as a whole is just like not only like culturally defining and generational defining, and again, game 101. Like, this is one of those games I would say if you have never played a Mario game, I would honestly say you're not a gamer. Like, I don't gatekeep ever, but this is one of those, like, in order to understand and truly appreciate all gaming, or to say I'm a gamer, nah, go play Mario. I don't give a shit what game either. Just pick a Mario game. There's dozens of them, but
Yeah.
it's just one of those games. Like, it's done so much. It's still evolving. It's so amazing, and it's the replayability on it is fucking crazy high too. So, just yeah, I agree. 1. Now let's go to everyone's favorite, Battlefield.
All right, get you down for a 5. Good enough.
I'm never gonna argue it, explain it, nothing. Fuck that game. I put it next to Final Fantasy. That's not even a fucking take turn bullshit style. It just sucked.
I too will put it by Final Fantasy, but because of the realism of it, that is the reason why I give it a 4. But I enjoy that type of stuff more than the sniping with a shotgun over 100 meters away. Yep, that's really it. I also like the environmental damage, like you could blow up a building. I thought that was really cool. I enjoyed, like, again, this is like minor stuff that made the game for me. But again, after Battlefield 3, it all sucked ass. So
What you played? You played 2042, didn't you?
I played all of them. I know they all suck ass.
Huh.
I suffered through
So
every one of them for
Halo
hours.
Infinite dropped your score on Halo, but Battlefield 2042 doesn't drop your score any
Yeah.
lower for Battlefield.
No, it went from a
You're
3.
telling me you had it at 3 before that?
I had it at a 2 or a 3. Yeah, I like realism.
Jesus.
I like realism.
Like dog shit games.
I will shit on the game, but again, I also have a lot of memories tied with this because family. Like, this is what we played a lot. But anyways, neither here nor there. We got 2 games left. These are probably fucking iconic as hell. Not like Super Mario iconic, but definitely iconic. Mortal Kombat. And just for everyone listening, I have played and own all the Mortal Kombats. Now we'll get the next one if there's one that comes out after 11.
Going from Sega to now, the way it's evolved and changed, I'll give that one as the fighter style game a 1. It was hands down the most graphic one that I could play and piss my mom off so much
Yeah.
to where she would look at me and say, "Why are you playing this game? Mom, where else can I go and shoot fire in my mouth instead of guy on fire?
Rip
Where else can I
somebody's
go
spine
and rip a
out
guy's spine out
through their chest cavity.
or rip a guy's heart out and then take a bite out of it?" I mean, this game is amazing. I even have a guy telling me to finish him. He's encouraging me to kill him. This is what I wanted. And then going into it now, where else can I have Jason and Freddy fight?
Yeah. It's evolved so much.
I mean, that game has changed a lot of lives because of
for better
the way
and
the
worse.
the way the fight style goes. Stop hitting the same button over and over. You're
But-
doing the same shit. Let me out of the corner. Fuck you, stay there. Let me beat your ass.
Button smashing.
Yeah, I mean that's the pure meaning of button smashing.
That's where it came from. I mean, Street Fighter.
The Street Fighter, I think, was worse.
But here's the thing, though. I don't have Street Fighter on this list. And I don't have it on the list for this one sole reason because, like you, Mortal Kombat, and keep in mind, my upbringing, hardcore Catholics. That's how my parents are. So this was one of those games we were not allowed to play, and we were not supposed to play because it went against so many things. We're not going to get into it on this podcast. But anyways, it's also one of the first games I can think of that were truly rated like M, because it was gruesome, it was bloody, it was gory, it was so terrible for a 7-year-old, but so great. But the thing is, like, it's evolved so much from Sega to now, and
Yep.
then the fact that they've done so much with it, they've tried so many different avenues with it, not successful in many of them, but with like Shaolin monks, where you got to kind of create a character but not really create a character, if that makes sense. And you get to traverse the Mortal Kombat universe, and you get to go to the Nether Realms and all that, and you get to talk to all these combat players that you normally play as, like Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Liu Kang, and New Sabot, all of them. You gotta find more about. Like, I love that. And then all the other games just were so classic. It's iconic, and it's just one of those, like, you don't have to know anything about it. Just pick it up to just beat the ever-loving shit out of someone.
Mhm.
And then the fact they introduced the more gruesome side of the house with X-ray vision. Now I get to see your innards come out. I get to see
Yes.
and that made it evolve. So, and the story's ever growing, capped it off perfectly with multiverse inside Mortal Kombat 11. Though they're not calling it multiverse, just time traveling, but it's multiverse.
Yes.
Just so fucking amazing. Love it. So, all right, oh, I didn't write my score down. That leaves one, and we've actually talked about this a little bit. Assassin's Creed.
I haven't played a whole lot. So probably I played it probably the same amount of as God of War.
Have you played the original though? 1, 2, and Brotherhood?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did. I played those, and I think with that and the way it's gone, the playability of the maps, storyline. I mean, I don't remember a whole lot of it, but I would put that one. I mean, at a 3 with me because I don't. It's one not one that I could say I have to go back and play right now type game. I
That's what I'm
could
doing
play
right
it
now.
and be okay. Could let it go. Didn't bother me if I didn't play it or not.
So, here's the thing, and like I was talking with somebody about this. I can't. I want to give this a 1. I'm going to give it a 1. I'm going to be the asshole. I'm going to have 4 ones. I will give it 1 for the pure fact of the evolution of the entire arc of the Assassins and the Templars and everything. Um, there's so much to go with it, and there's so many people who are pissed off at it with how it's evolving now, where Valhalla doesn't play the same as 1, 2, Brotherhood, and 3. Like, it takes place before any of this happened. It takes place well before Ezio or Altair are coming into play, and that's personally what I love about it is now they're kind of doing. I want to call it like a Star Wars type effect where you got to see the end result. Now you're playing the backstory of it. But that's very much what's happening is you got to see everything. You got to see, Ezio and Altair and Connors, and you got to see all of them go through Rome to Civil War and to Pirates. And now we're getting back to, okay, well, where did we all begin? Okay, here's Origins. And people are upset because it's not very stealthy. Okay, realistically, when you're starting an organization like this, you wouldn't be stealthy. You would just try to kill whoever because there's no fingerprint. There's no DNA record. Kill whoever the fuck you want. You could back then you could say
Yeah.
he did it. No proof. Dead. So, but taking the realism out of it, the fact that they're building it up, that you can see the evolution, kind of backtrack as new games come out, and you're seeing, Origins. You didn't have to be really stealthy. You can go in just not guns ablazing, but Leroy Jenkins style, and just kill a bunch of people. Valhalla, you need a little bit of stealth, and we're getting this new one set in the Middle East where you guys find out another perspective of it and just see how it spans the whole globe. And again, this was a category that was not very well done in the past, and it was supposed to be a spin-off of Prince of Persia. We talked about this before. Episode like 2, I think, maybe 3. But this game is just perfect, like damn near perfect. That everything contributes to the overall story, no matter where it takes place in a timeline. And this is a series that could literally live on for decades to come because there's so many different things they can do, and they don't ever have to run out. It's literally imagination is the limit. So, 1. But I played all of them.
No, I have not played all of them.
Well, that is our episode, y'all. Stay tuned, or not stay tuned, because you can't see it yet. Dumbass. Anyways, on Wednesday, September 28th, you will see this as a video podcast, and you can see all the graphics and everything that I'll do. But other than that, thank you so much for watching tonight's episode. We're going to try to have a YouTube exclusive for Wednesday. We'll see. Don't know yet. So make sure to check it out. Go over to YouTube, subscribe, and watch our other videos. Make sure you like and subscribe this video. Share it, tweet it, post it, whatever. Social media-fy it. And make sure to tune in every Friday for a new episode of Two Guys, One Gamepad. October, we will be doing horror-based content more because it's Halloween.
Yes. Horror. Titties, titties, titties. No. Scary movies. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Not horrors. Horror.
Yeah, that's
Two
yeah, horror.
R's.
That's what I meant.
2 R's.
There's 3 R's.
Yeah, shut up. I know. I meant for enunciation. And of course, if you like this type of videos, comment down below, like it, love it, whatever, and give us some feedback. Literally any of it. If you want to see certain stuff, we're happy to do it. Not hot stuff though. I'm done with that for a while.
Yeah, no, this shit, no, it's still here.
You're saying
Nothing
this.
is.
You're saying this, but they can't see
This,
it.
oh yeah, I'm showing the fucking box of this bullshit. That fucking thing.
The Pocky One Chip Challenge
That's
2022
fucking
edition. You can
little
watch that
bullshit.
now over on YouTube and see us sweat our asses off. But yeah,
I almost died that night.
other than piecing out, Roggle, you got anything for people for the next week to hold them over? Other than
I've got
clearly you don't
nothing.
play fucking video games like I thought you did.
Clearly, you don't play good games.
I
And
play
stuff.
I play great games. I'm educated.
You're educated and stuff. No, I don't have anything right now.
You suck.
Till then.
All right, everyone. Take care. We will see you on the next episode of Two Guys, One Gamepad. Take it easy.
Later.
y'all.